Hi guys, it's Marissa here, author of The Rise High Investor. Thanks for tuning in to one of my weekly videos where I share with you tips to help you on your property investment journey so that you can achieve your property investment goals. Today I'm going to be talking about the power of compounding. And as you probably know, if you've been watching my videos, I'm a big fan of the buy and hold strategy. I believe that the longer you hold your properties, the more they'll grow year on year. And this applies to capital growth and rental income. So the buy and hold strategy of property investment is a great example of the power of compounding. And I actually heard a really good example of how compounding works when I was listening to Tony Robbins' podcast. So I'm going to share it with you. And I think it's an example that everyone can relate to. So let's delve into it. This is actually a golf example. Now, I don't personally play golf, but I do believe that it's easy to understand and easy to follow. So let's see if you agree with me. So let's say you're going to be playing an 18-hole round of golf with a friend, okay? And your friend challenges you to a bet per hole, and that bet is going to start with a 10-cent bet for the first hole, and every hole after that your bet is going to double. Now 10 cents, that sounds pretty cheap, you know, that would probably be a bet that most people would be willing to take on, but you need to make sure that if you go ahead with this bet and you agree that you're going to go ahead with this bet with your friend, that you're really, really good at golf, because let's see what is going to happen. So hole number 1, you lose that hole, you pay 10 cents. Hole number 2, you lose that hole, you pay 20 cents. By hole number 10, with the bet doubling every hole, at hole number 10, you're paying $51.20, okay? By hole number 18, you're paying $13,107.20. So over that 18-hole game, your 10-cent hole is turning into over $13,000. And over the whole course of the 18 holes, if you lose every hole, a 10-cent bet turns into $26,000. The full calculations of this example are on page 102 of the book if you want to see how it all works out. But what I want you to do is I want you to consider each hole of the golf course as 1 decade in property investment. The more decades you're in the market, the more your property is compounding. Remember, it's not the timing, it's the time in the market. So if you started at hole 1, your property portfolio is going to grow much, much more because you will have extra decades or extra holes in the property market, if that makes sense. Whereas if you don't get in until hole 3, then you've got less time for those properties to grow in value. I guess the other thing that I like about this example is it proves that even the smallest contribution towards your investment goals will begin to gain momentum and skyrocket if you stick with them long enough. So that's exactly what the buy and hold strategy is. So don't think that you need to invest so much money and buy really expensive properties to make this work. It's about buying really good investment grade properties, holding them for the long term, and sticking with them to ensure that you can maximize the compounding effect on your property portfolio. I hope this has been useful today, and as always, I love to get your questions and comments. You can email me directly at propertyinvestor@risehigh.com.au, and you can also leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I also want to say thank you for tuning in, and as a thank you, you will be entitled to a 50% discount on my book. All you need to do is enter the code word video when you go to the website risehighinvestor.com.au. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye.